just like the flowers need the rain. I just won't feel the same until I'm in your.
Well, greetings. Welcome to another edition of Reasoning Thursdays. Each ends at every Thursdays, right here on the Powerhouse Radio. Also streaming live on YouTube's radio.com and also the Victorious 89.1 FM. Hope that each and every one is doing fantabulously fabuloso. We want to invite you all to go over to our YouTube channel, like, subscribe, so you get notified when our wonderful talk programs are on. Also, we want to say big shouts to each and every one listening to us via the TikTok and via the Instagram and the YouTube, and also listening via the Facebook. And if you're listening via our website at www.dapowerhouseradio.com, we want to say also big shouts go out to you as well. The TuneIn app and all the other apps that we're streaming live on. Blessings and blessings upon blessings to you for tuning in. Blessings to you, Don Minot. Don Minot says, blessings, everyone. So
Blessings, Don.
you. Ah man, I'm telling you, we have a lot of topics. We're gonna allow our panel to greet each and every one. Um, but yeah, we have some reasoning topics to finish up from last week, and then we're diving as well into this week. And it's a holiday coming up, so I don't know what you have planned for the holidays. And yeah, Noni the Juice is going to be MIA today. Michelle's going to be joining us a little bit late today, but nonetheless, the crew is here. The crew is here and in full effect, right, ladies and gents?
Yep, yes, I am.
Look at
Welcome.
yes,
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us another Thursday. And remember, the information that we put out there real, they were research, and we would like you to share it. Share the station. Remember, DA, put a DA before the Powerhouse, so it's DA Powerhouse Radio. And just reason with us every Thursday. But we thank you for joining us.
yes. Go ahead, the respecter, Jai.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. I'm blessed to be alive and be on this program. People I love and respected. Thanks for joining us. It's going to be a banger.
Okay, Jai.
Welcome. Thanks for always having me.
All right. Well, we have a host. We still wanna. We was very. It was by request. Don asked if we could speak a little bit about the Chinese in Jamaica. We touched the topic a little bit, but we definitely gonna go back on it. I was trying to see if there was any update as to the investigations and so on that was supposed to take place. Didn't really find any update, so wondering what's going on with that a bit over there. And we have the 11, we have countries that are discontinuing using the US dollars. And exactly what does that mean? We definitely have the Chinese, well, I told you about the Chinese mechanic. And we going to discuss on here the new bill that has been passed. We're going to talk a little bit about Lisa Hanna. Well, politics, and more politics. We're going to definitely, by request as well with Sharon, we're going to talk a little bit more in regards to the South Africans and coming to America. And yeah, we're just going to drop in one or two snippet here and snippet there. I know we all have a host of stuff that we want to reason on. We have the respective topics. We also have Jai topics that we're going to reason on. And yeah, we're gonna We're just gonna dive right into it. So, one of the topics that we kind of left out was the. I guess we could just kick it off. What you all think with the South Africans, or you want to kick it off with the Chinese in Jamaica?
Let's do the Chinese.
I'm gonna do the Chinese in Jamaica. Alrighty. So let's dive into that. The respect that you want to start with that.
Yeah, it's a good and bad.
Uh huh.
And my point of view is, I think that if black Jamaicans, not light skinned Jamaicans, black Jamaicans pay attention, they can learn, I think, our more from these Chinese business owners and come together, like you've been saying all along, come together as a group and just kind of see themselves being up there instead of down there, and pull themselves away from becoming a regular laborer and actually own their own business. If they will just take it serious and have some kind of hurt from being a natural born Jamaican and have to be working with someone who migrate to Jamaica, and to see how they can seriously change things for themselves and their families. And each one teach one, help one, invest with each other, and just form some groups and see how they can get in the faces of government and say, this is not right. Why is the Chinaman up there looking down on us? And we're working for them. They just came to Jamaica and they get a loan. It seems like anyone comes to Jamaica, migrate to Jamaica, they can go to any bank and get a business loan and instantly act as if they've been there before us. They're the one who are naturally born citizen and not us. So I think if they put their minds together and just see the seriousness of being business owner to elevate themselves, elevate the country, these Chinese would not take advantage of them. But we are everything that we're supposed to be except for standing our grounds and say no, we can do better. Until they realize and accept that they can do better and where they are right now is not where they should be, not gonna change.
Well, really and truly, I was doing some research, and the Chinese have been around for centuries. Okay. Um, First of all, they found there's a tribe in China that is black. They're predominantly black people, but they're Chinese, and they have the features as a Chinese man, but they're black, dark skin, something dark skin. They still that tribe is still there in China. Anyway, to say, I remember when I was little. First of all, my family have two different types. We have Chin and we have Chung in my family. Okay. Now, from what I understand, Chinese have been in Jamaica since the 17th centuries, I think it is. They have been contributing to Jamaican economy. And I was also watching a clip on YouTube where they were talking about the Jamaican Chinese. These people have been there working hard and developing the country in terms of monetary assistance. And yes, they have stolen some things from us, but I don't blame them. I blame the government for doing that. But I think they're just people living and trying to find a way to make money. And it so happened that their product is cheap. They make cheap product, and people gravitate to those cheap products, especially people who cannot afford the expensive stuff. So therefore, they tend to patronize them more than they would even say Jamaica, a native Jamaican out there in Jamaica. But of course, like we said, it's the government at fault. The government, they give away everything that we have and we own in Jamaica. And the people need to really put a stop at that. That thing with the mechanic, from what I heard, the first one that was open up, he didn't even have a license or what. But people gravitate because his price was cheap. It was cheaper than the average Jamaican, so therefore they gravitated towards them because of the pricing, how much they charge. The same thing going on here in America. People patronize the Chinese store more than anywhere else because their product is affordable.
Okay. I hear what you, Jai, you want to touch it?
Um, I think that's really what it is. It's a money game.
Yeah.
It's a money game, but we can't just put it all on them either, because Spain is making their way in there with a lot of those hotels and resorts, you know. But you can't take away the fact that they have brought so much to the table too, even technology wise. So yes, they're building up, and yes, they're stealing, but they're also bringing a lot. I agree with the respecter. Besides the light skin part, which I don't get, which I wanted to ask, what did you mean by that? But I'm gonna finish first. Um, I do think education and just having a broader spectrum and confidence about like who you are and what your culture brings, because I wonder if people really realize how influential Jamaicans are. Um, and take heed to a lot of trends that you set and just make it more so positive to where you're kind of bringing back to your culture. Like, you don't have the money. We're just going to be realistic about it. You have plenty of resources that are amazing, but you don't have the money. And that's what goes back to the government for me, is because you could have made a better deal. You kind of just was like a small fish in a shark tank, and you felt like you had to find somebody to protect you versus really, because I feel like negotiations is basically sales. You're basically trying to sell yourself to each other, right? It's an open
Hmm.
platform where everybody can try to find terms that they both can agree upon, and they are bad salesmen.
Hmm.
And that's on a funding level, because you don't have the money. You have the resources, but you don't have the money, and you basically handed your resources over and just let them do whatever. Again, they brought a lot, but you made a bad sale, you know. um but I also, again, like I said, I feel like it's a kind of how you think of yourself and the resources that you have as far as
Yes.
education and stuff. It's
Mhm.
like I feel like they need to know more and understand that there's a lot more out there, and not just look at the bigger picture, but figure out how to work there. So more so focus on the next step, you know? But yeah, the respecter, what did you mean by the no light skins? What's wrong with that?
Well, light skinned Jamaicans still don't like dark skinned Jamaicans. And they are the number one reason why dark skinned Jamaicans started bleaching themselves. They put it in the
No.
dark skin. Huh?
Everybody's their own person, and everybody, you can't put, everybody's responsible for themselves,
That's
right?
true.
So we can't say, now don't get me wrong, I understand influence, but we all have a brain that works where we can make sense out of nonsense. So some things I don't agree with, blaming somebody else for a choice that somebody else had.
No,
So
but
them bleaching their skin and wanting to smell raw, that's on them.
well, the truth is, I don't know if Lady D and Queen remember, but light skinned Jamaican for a long period of time did not accept dark skinned Jamaicans. And it's still going on.
We always have a colorism
Yeah.
situation.
I feel like that's everywhere though.
And
And
Everywhere.
status, it
we,
makes more
we,
status.
we all, there's always a colorism situation in Jamaica. There's a colorism situation all around the world. but specifically, the respecter was addressing Jamaica, and which it's
The
fact.
Caribbean on a
It,
whole. Yeah. The
it
Caribbean.
is something that is factual, you know.
That's true. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
I don't want us to totally stray off of the subject and take it to colorism versus versus
The Chinese.
The Asians in the
but
The,
who
yeah.
are people that are given more better opportunity than than the Jamaicans, the Chinese in Jamaica, whom are given better opportunity than the blacks in, than the Jamaicans
Yeah, they're
themselves.
And
progressive.
that's the reason,
but I
and
still
like
feel
you
like
said,
that's
that's the
money.
reason. One of the reason why is because of monetary gain. The Chinese put a lot of money, invest a lot of money into Jamaica and Jamaica infrastructure and
Chinese,
business, and because of that, Jamaican give them preference in a lot of things,
Now, don't
just
get me
like
wrong.
they used to with the Americans.
Don't misunderstand me. I
Mhm.
completely understand where you're coming from with the colorist aspect and also their opportunity. But I think it, of course, I feel like that plays a role, but I also feel like it's really money. Like Queen was saying, the
Yeah.
investments that are already going in, I guess they feel like it may be a guarantee in a sense that they're going to
Hmm.
get a return. And they feel like maybe the locals are more of a liability, which sucks.
Yeah.
The
You know,
thing,
you
thing.
let me
um
let me get in. Let me try to get in a little bit and take it back to the Chinese and the way that they're allowed to come in and just build up anything without any check or anything such as from the government. You
Mm-hmm.
know, it took this going out on social media, and it took it to be a hoopla before it was even investigated. Which it turns out that they did not. The owner of that mechanic, yes, he had a permit to operate, but he didn't have a permit to operate a mechanic shop. He had a permit to operate a business like a grocery store, something wholesale to that effect. But and it was investigated, and it was stated that a lot of the mechanics in there really did not have work permit. But it just
mm,
goes to show, as I've always stated, that definitely a lot of the Chinese are, as Queen said, they're given opportunities because they um,
contributing what they are contributing to Jamaica.
a lot to Jamaica, which that is absolutely no excuse for what is taking place. But then it
Mhm.
brings it back to the question of what exactly is the Jamaican people going to do? What exactly is Jamaica is saying in regards to all of what is going on? You know, it's time for us to wake up and see that we're going to be outcasts in our own country. When are we going to see that? Every other country is coming into Jamaica and being able to open hotels and grocery stores. Now they're coming and they're not playing. They're coming and doing mechanic shop where there are 30 to 40 vehicles a day. People are lining up. And you know how Jamaicans say the first thing
Yeah.
they do is go with the trend. They see something going on. But then
Mm.
we have to also talk to our mechanics that's there. That is basically hustling a lot of the Jamaicans. Um, the automobile owners there in Jamaica. Some of them not fixing the car properly. Some of them is charging you exuberant.
And the thing is that, lady, the Chinese can afford to do that because they get the parts cheaper than the Jamaicans do. And remember, they control most of the borders, the waterways. So therefore, they have the goods coming cheap.
Queen, it has
So
nothing to do necessarily with no one getting goods even cheaper. Yes, in some cases with some items and some situation. But it comes down to our mechanics not conducting business, the right and proper way. They're not fixing people cars.
There's no
That
trust
has
between
nothing
them.
to that has nothing to do with importation of
For instance, for
items.
instance,
You know,
um, they can
Don,
fix if you bring a Mercedes Benz in, they can fix it in 2 hours, but they'll tell you in 3 days. And while in 3 days is going, they're driving your car around town,
yeah,
acting like that's their car.
There's no trust. Yeah.
And it's
yeah,
going on right here. I know people here who are fixing people's car, and the car been fixed, but they're driving it at night.
yeah.
And
That's
that's why nowadays most black people they want to go to the white mechanic. Including I have a neighbor. She don't go to no black mechanic. All of them white mechanics.
well, it's Jamaican, it's black. You
Hmm.
know, we all need to step up and stop pimping our own kind. You know, our melanated people. We need to stop doing that. You know, and who has a dog and need to stop pimping our own people and step up and do what they need to do. So I'm not sure exactly what is going to be done because they're still being allowed to operate. I guess the government is allowing them to get work permits, the ones that are there that does not have work permits, the mechanics that are there. I think that further investigation, I'm hoping that further investigation is being done to make sure that they do have proper um, mechanic license, because as we know a lot, as us here in America seem to know a lot of the when some Chinese things are fixed, it's not fixed even properly. You know, things are easily they
That's a cheap.
are cheap and broken. So I'm hoping in the system they do the right thing. The government of Jamaica will do the right and correct thing as to you know, make sure that the work that they're doing is the right work and that they have the right and proper license. Don sent out something since we're on Jamaica. And he says, did anyone hear about the nurse in Jamaica being pulled from her car by another male driver, thrown to the ground, stomped on her head, spat on her with his gun in hand? Yes, I
Mm-hmm.
we
I
all
did as well.
heard about that, and I think we shared that with each other as well. But yeah, it's definitely take talking to, and popcorn and couple of entertainers and even individuals has came out in regards to that happening, the unaliving of the 9-year-old girl. All of those
Mm-hmm.
have came out. The respect came out as well. So yeah, we've heard about it. It's an atrocity. It's sad, and as
Mm-hmm.
some of the artists says, you know, guns are being given to just anybody that comes from far in our friends of friends in high places, and those whom they claim they consider to be upstanding um individuals of society, and they're going away. They're going, yeah, yeah, and they're going and they're committing these types of act. Um, I think the vetting process should be a little bit more deeper in Jamaica than what it is. Um,
It's a lot of stuff that needs to be changed in Jamaica, lady. Even right now with what's going on with the JPU and Andrew Jackson and boosting him and supporting the Labour Right Party, and more or less they're
and you
dismissing
say,
the
and
PNP party completely
did you
and
say
saying that
Andrew
they
Jackson?
want him to serve a third term.
Did you say Andrew Jackson?
No, 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 no. No, I'm talking about the Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Yeah,
Holy,
I know.
holy.
I know what
I
you're saying.
said Jackson, I'm sorry.
I had to make a
In
joke. I
my
had to make a joke
mind.
of that one where you say, Andrew Jackson. I just had to go there. I just had to go there.
You know what? I was watching a clip with Andrew Jackson. That's what it was. This speech he was doing earlier. So
But
it's just in my mind. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Jamaican Prime Minister.
I really want to see
Holy,
what comes out.
holy,
I want to see
holy.
what comes out of the situation, and I know that something will come out of it because of the
Mhm.
publicity that the
Yeah.
that it has gotten. So
Okay.
that something will come out of it based off of the committee. He was arrested and given station bail, is what Don said. He was arrested and given station bail. Well, we
Okay.
expect him to get bail because that's a right that persons have. They commit a crime, they're gonna get bail. Some can make the bail. Some, well, you know what? Then again, some people is denied bail.
He was
Right?
really
Some,
aggressive.
some people are, and he was. It was terrible,
Yes.
especially for a service person in Jamaica, someone who is servicing
Yeah.
the people of Jamaica, a nurse. How
Mhm.
he really shouldn't have even gotten there because he's a risk. He's a risk to society. I mean, he's high tempered. He has a gun. I'm wondering if they revoked the gun license right then and there. I wonder what is a lot of steps that the government of Jamaica is taking. Michelle
Yeah.
joining us. You wanted to touch any?
Um, well, you know what? First of all, when you discuss about the businesses that are being opened by the Chinese people that are living in Jamaica, I just feel like, you know, if they have these business, whether mechanic or different businesses, I feel like there should be more restrictions on people who are coming into a country. It should be given more primary should be given to the people who live there, the citizens. Because you're living there, and the money that comes in mostly is going to go back into the country. When you have outside people, of course you're going to pay whatever amount of money into give some investment to the country, but it goes back to where they're from or where they are originally living. So I feel like when you were talking about the mechanics, and now since these new businesses open, everybody's flooding them, maybe due to some ill practices of the fellow countrymen there. I just feel like we always have to build each other up, and there should be some type of, because even they discuss, even though I don't want to go too much off the topic, but they discuss even the beaches that Jamaicans had more privy to, and now they don't. So I feel like the government shouldn't be as, I don't know if I want to say licky licky, but the government should be just like, if you have money, come do whatever you want. It should be something, some type of law, some type of rules. Okay, we can do this much, but we're saving this much for our people. So that's what I want to say about that one.
Yes.
Um, Regarding the nurse being attacked by this man, as you said, she's she's needed. How many nurses are needed all over the world? There's like a shortage. So as if she's a good she's there and she provides service and helps out, I mean, and takes care of your people, and you're gonna hurt her in such a manner. You have to wonder if it's, I don't know much about this story, but I'm wondering if it's something actually personal, you know what I mean, whether the man is, do you know, like whether the man is obsessed with her or something.
No, what happened is there was like a collision, like just an
A
impact.
road rage.
Right. Someone,
I
and
think I did probably to see that.
he got out of the car, and
Mhm.
he basically plummeted her. Took her.
That's
She Go ahead.
so that's too much. Like, even if she wasn't a nurse, as a fellow human being,
Yeah.
and that's the problem with people, is that they have this anger in them, and you know what I mean. You go into an accident, you need to take a breath and calm down before you approach the situation,
Mhm.
because when you're angry, you make very poor decisions. And
and
that was
and and,
beyond. Something's definitely wrong with that man.
Yeah.
mm. And you know, it's not just there in Jamaica. If you all remember, we had an incident like that that happened here in Georgia, over there by South Harrison, where the boy fired a shot through the back glass and killed the baby in the back seat
Mm,
because the woman wouldn't move fast enough at the stoplight. It was on amber and she didn't go through the amber light, and he ended up finding a shot in there. Rage, you
mm,
know, these people don't think.
But
yeah,
you know, gun or no gun, I'm not standing by and watch a woman get beat down by another man or
there you
nobody.
go.
I'm not standing by and allow that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
But
know,
you
they
see,
probably doing
people,
the probably with taping.
Yeah.
everybody is what I'm calling a paparazzi now. They just
Yeah.
want to take pictures of the incident or the scene.
Yeah.
They if they want just want to be seen now, so they just take video of it and put it on social media.
So they can go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they do now. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
crazy.
no
And
one
But we
cares
have
about
that issue here in the
Jamaica.
United States. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry
that's
to
what I'm
speak.
talking about.
We have a
Yeah.
big issue in New York, all over. It's a big problem.
Yeah. You know.
the the violence of the
Mm,
of this of this attack on the nurse
Mm,
was crazy. I mean, on the
yeah,
video it showed him stomping her. I mean, like literally
mm,
stomping her in the head.
that's
yeah. So,
A
that
lot
was too much.
just
Nobody intervened.
you know, yeah, there was there was two individual. There was one man at first they said that came and intervened and was trying to get him to stop, but he would not stop. And then
mm.
there was another man that came in as well and tried to get them to stop. But
And
also,
they gave him bail?
and they gave him bail. And
Yeah.
also when you see
Huh?
someone with a gun
Lady?
in, yeah, they gave him bail. As Don even stated, he was arrested and given station
What happened?
bail. Okay.
Mm-mm.
They gave him bail?
So station bail, that means it just sounds like he didn't even get processed.
Even while
That's
the
crazy.
nurse was being beaten and the other man was urging him to stop,
I hope she has some brothers.
the nurse was like, when me do you, screaming, and he is plummeting her. I
Mm.
mean, there's no way, there's no reason, really, really, you can think about he shouldn't even get any bail because he is what a high risk to society. I mean, he's a that's a person, and he has no business still being on the road. So I would
What's going on?
with the case.
Yeah.
Definitely, we are going to follow the case and to see what comes out
And
of it. If he gets any jail time, what.
Something's going on with this
It's
doggone thing.
funny thing,
yeah.
the funny thing, even with Jamaica, is like
Hmm?
what kind of suing can take place.
Mm,
You
You
know,
don't know.
can they really sue? Because like America here, you can go and you can sue. You can civil suit and lawsuit,
Mhm.
or but I don't even know if there's such a thing in Jamaica. Can they sue?
They have it, but you have to have money. That's the problem with Jamaica. Money talk. You hear me?
Yeah,
That's what. Look at the case with that girl
you
that
guys.
was missing. That was missing. You hear nothing more after a while. The case them just quiet. You don't hear
And what
nothing more about them.
and what about the case of the BMW guy? That he
Yeah,
came up
yeah.
with. So I mean, is there any repercussions? Really,
Mm,
is there any repercussions really in Jamaica? And Dan said he's a businessman. Is
yeah.
Would they
But
take away his business license? What about taking away the business license? I mean,
that's
you
fine.
want to see
Money talk, lady. You don't understand with Jamaica money talk. And that's why you see the criminals, they get fined and they get time because they don't have the money. But you see, you have money, honey. Hey,
yeah,
you can get away with murder if possible.
that's in every country too.
it's real
True,
sad.
true, that's
That is in
true.
every
That's
country.
true.
And
Money, yeah.
Money and power,
Mhm. Mhm.
connections. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Something just came up on my feed here. Um, it says here that he was denied bail denied for businessman who assaulted nurse Don Minans.
Okay, good.
that's good.
This was dated May 22nd, which is today. It says a 69-year-old businessman who was caught on a video allegedly
69.
assaulting a nurse last week that later triggered an island-wide protest by healthcare workers was on Wednesday denied bail when he appeared before a Supreme Court judge. Businessman, his name is Robert Bell, who is scheduled to return to court on July 9th, appeared before Justice Lawrence Shelley Williams on charges of assault, occasionally body harm, assault with intent to cause grievous bodily harm, assault at common law, possessing a firearm with intent to commit a first schedule offense, and possession of a firearm with intent to cause injury. His attorney, Christopher Townsend, confirmed that a bail application has been made, but that the judge refused the bail on the grounds that since the video has gone viral for his safety, however, it is best that he remains where he is. The police said that on the evening of May 13th, the nurse was on her way to work when her vehicle was impeded by a vehicle that was being driven by Bell. A dispute ensues between the two individuals, during which the woman was physically assaulted. A video of the incident that went viral on social media shows a man physically assaulting the nurse and even stomping on her head. In his application for bail, Townsend argued that his client is a good candidate for release from custody, citing his standing in his community, and that he was about to report to the police when he was arrested at his St. Andrews home. The police say they also seized his licensed firearm. So there's still his attorney is still saying he's an upstanding individual in his community after he have committed such a grievous crime against this nurse in Jamaica. I mean,
Money,
not,
power.
this is not
Money,
yeah,
power.
it's not
He
even.
a business owner.
And then the judge says that she is denying bail for his safety. No, let him go. Let him go. What is this? Let him
Exactly, right? He the 69-year-old grown man grandpa ain't gonna behave
Mhm.
in such a
Can
manner.
you imagine? Mhm.
says
Grown is so it's almost 70 and behaving like that,
Ignorant.
like a 20-year
Ignorant.
old that's a hothead.
Ignorant.
come on,
Come on.
come on.
He
Let
have enough
him
sense
go.
what he's doing.
Let
You
him
know?
Mhm.
go. Since he is such an upstanding individual, since he is such an upstanding individual in his community, let his community protect him. Why keep
Mhm.
him in jail on taxpayers' money? Let
Mhm.
him go. Let him go. Don says this businessman was driving a Benz. And he also says, I stand corrected. No problem, Dan. No problem whatsoever. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, let him go. He need to go into his upstanding community. Let them protect him, not on
Yeah.
taxpayers' dollars. After you do that to to a person whom is providing service to our country, to for persons whom is ill. That's just
But a woman, for you to be a woman, it's not even a man. A
it's,
woman.
here say it's not just even beating.
No respect.
He stomped this woman. He stomped
Mhm.
her. He
He
stomped.
showed you that he doesn't respect women. He doesn't respect women.
What kind of thing is that? That's mad.
Mhm.
And so I'm glad. Well, no, they should give him bail. They should give him bail. If and it's strictly for the reason that they said they didn't give him bail. I think they are to give him bail. Give him bail. Let his community, since he's so upstanding in this community, and the community must love him and all
Respect
those things.
him.
Go to his community and have them to protect him, not on Jamaican tax money, taxpayers bill. No, no, he shouldn't get three free meals, and all of these things. No, he should not. He should not get none of those stuff. Man, thanks for putting it in front of us, Dan. Because I thought it honestly it was on our list last week, but
Yeah.
we got so um caught up in a lot of things um for last week that we didn't get to complete it. Just want to once again say big ups to each and everyone that is tuned in. Want to say big shouts to our TikTok family that is on with us. We thank you all last week. You know, we had some great views. I think one and change on our views. So we're very happy on that. And our Instagram folks want to say blessings, blessings, and blessings to you. They said I don't pay them no mind. Good evening, beautiful Andrea.
Mhm.
To you, blessings to you. This for she's on Instagram and TikTok messages don't show up on our.
Mhm.
So blessings to you, Andrea. I have to sometime try to click over to the Instagram so that I can see what is being said over there. And blessings to you, Fire Mariah. Just got the number one gifter badge. Oh, thank you, thank you. We got so I guess we get a badge. I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what's that. And we got some likes over here. So blessings, 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 blessings. Thanks for checking in. Man, I'm learning these things. So as I'm going along, just bear with us. Learning these things. Alrighty. Thanks for the gift. Thanks for the gift. Said she sent a finger heart. I don't know what them things there is, but we'll find out. Blessings to you. Want to say big shouts to YouTube's radio, DJ VJ Smiles and Ross Dougal for continuing to carry our program over here on Reasoning Thursdays. I want to say big shouts as well. Go out to Victorious 89.1 FM right here, continuing to carry our program as well. If you're listening via the TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, one and what's the next one? All of the social media. Want to say big shout tuning apps. We want to say big shout. So if you're listening via our website, because we have a lot of website listeners, you want to say big shouts go out to you all that's tuning all over the world is listening to us via our website as well. So big shouts to the UK, big shouts to Germany, big shouts to Italy, Sierra Leone, Spain. I want to say big shouts, New York, all around. We just want to say big shouts to each and every one. And we're growing and we thank you because without you, there won't be any us. So we thank you for continuing to grow with us. Big up, Lady D. Hi, Queen. Blessings,
Okay, blessing,
they're saying hi to you, Queen. Big up
blessing.
you. That's from the TikTok massive over here. Big up yourself, Fire Mariah. All right, let's jump in back in our topics. This new bill that Trump went directly to the that 47 went direct
Yes,
to the
Yeah.
Congress, directly to the Congress to plead
yes,
this bill. I don't know if a lot of us is paying attention, but a lot of us
Hmm.
need to
yes.
pay attention of
Yes.
what's going on because
Five
it's affecting a lot of
lot.
people.
Yes, true.
So,
What is
for
it? 500? Yes,
$535 billion
and
cut
then the medic.
to
Yes.
Medicaid
Yes.
and Medicare.
a lot of you that are on this Medicaid, a lot of you that are on the Obamacare, is some serious business going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Billion.
We
Oh
That's
my
the
gosh.
226. Y'all gotta understand that's the 226 budget. He already got it set up and passed.
yeah. So
Yeah.
a lot of persons may end up without medical coverage because
Yes.
It
And the
is.
children, and then like how then they discuss about 4%. They said that the billionaires are going to earn 4% more,
Mhm.
and the
Yeah,
lower middle class are going to lose 4%. Like they
Yeah.
can get, you're a billionaire, you need more money,
Yeah.
and then
hmm
the middle class support can't afford to lose anything, and you're going to lose 4%. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's
You're going
crazy.
to decrease in 4%, and they're going to increase in 4%.
Yeah.
Like they need any 4%.
It's crazy.
It is 4% of billion. Come on, man.
But then, this is something that people
Increase.
have known for many years. It's been we knew that this 47 man was gonna do this. He was even before when he was elected before. His goal was to strengthen the rich, make
And
the rich
crush,
richer and the poor poorer. And
crush us.
now he's getting another opportunity to do that
Yes. You
because
know
people
what
did
I
not
feel like? Go
listen.
ahead. I'm sorry, Queenie. Go ahead.
People didn't listen.
Yeah. Or you heard about also with the bill in this one where they discuss
Having
the
all kind of
aid,
problems.
the welfare assistance for the single mother. So if you're a single mother and you have a
Yeah.
child and you're getting the SNAP benefits, and
Yeah.
your child reaches 7 years old, they're considered independent, and you can no
Mhm.
longer get benefits for your child. But if you're married, your child could continue to get benefits until they're of age of 18. They
You know.
can continue to get benefits up to 18. But
So again, they're
seven,
targeting
they're considered independent,
single
single woman.
single parents.
Yes, single parent.
Instead of
So
helping, they're taking.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like in this between how he's recklessly spending the money that was set aside for our federal agencies, I feel like he just want, and then he has his cryptocurrency 47. I feel like he just wants to crush and widen the gap between the wealthy and the poor, so
The
that
poor.
when he's done, he leave this country in shambles. The wealthy is filthy rich, the poor is just as poor than poor, and he taking cryptocurrency money and gone somewhere else.
Yeah.
But we don't right now. We don't even know if FEMA is gonna be in existence next year because from what's happening, he wants to even take FEMA. FEMA is a program that aids people not just through storms and what have you, but it helps people who need aid,
Right?
children. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Um, the fires that we have been having, FEMA is who is assisting those families that are burnt out. And remember, it's not all rich family was burnt out. There was a lot of poor people that was burnt out too. So FEMA assists those people. Now you taking away FEMA. What's gonna happen to those people?
You know, or what about the weather? The people who assist to do the weather alerts. And what happened with the flood and the water, and then they didn't even know. Or what is it, the tornado? They didn't even know it was coming.
Okay. We do have a caller. Caller, greetings. How you doing?
It's Donna.
Hello, greetings.
Greeting.
Hello.
Oh,
It's
spec.
Donna.
Be quiet. Be quiet. That's the respecter. That's the
Yeah,
respecter.
now
I do respect
He's having
I'm
technical
having so much
difficulty.
problem, man. I couldn't hear nothing y'all saying.
Oh
Me too.
no.
Man.
Mm.
Oh man. Okay. All right. Well, what are your so you because you missed a lot. You missed
Mm-hmm.
to the nurse. I mean to the ending part of the
Well,
nurse.
well, well. I said what I said because if I was a man, and I mean I am a man. What the hell am I talking about? I'm a man, real man, real, real man. I would fight anybody
Yeah.
that I see abusing a woman,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
mean that. I wouldn't stand by and watch and pull a phone and all that stuff. I wouldn't even just fight. I would let those who watch it and taking videos know how much a punk they are as a man. And another thing, women need to be more courageous. When they see another woman being attacked, it should be an instant reaction. jump on that man and beat the crap out of him. It needs to be a worldwide situation. The women come to, common ground. That they're not going to allow one of them to be beaten down by anybody. And the law needs to be more hard and more stern on people like that.
Mm-hmm.
A man like that needs to be taught a lesson. Put him in there and let those who in there know what he just did. Let that be part of his punishment. See how he defend himself against some real man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a real sad situation, man.
It's sad.
That woman should have been someone like Lady B or one of my sisters who can really fight.
You know what I'm saying? Cause trust me, I don't know. I'm hoping that in Jamaica they'll give me a licensed firearm. You know what I mean? Because trust me, with a pop it off too. You know.
Quick and fast.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Jamaica, on a serious note though, Jamaica need to step up and and open the gate a little bit more for persons to be licensed firearm. These nurses, you know what I'm saying? Doctors, you know, why are they having so much difficulty to get licensed firearm? You know what I'm saying? They should be able to have it. I think
They
they
don't
need
respect
to.
woman.
They don't respect anybody that's not in their pockets, and
Right.
that's what the problem is. They don't
Right.
respect anyone whom is not in the pockets. You know what I'm saying? Worse if you have a
Yeah.
business. You have a business, and Popcorn made a valid point. Oh yes, okay. He's an artist.
That is it.
He talk, a lot of violence or whatever, but still, he needs protection, and
Yeah.
he needs to be able to protect himself when there's not any security or whoever around him. Yeah, he should be able to get, as he said, he owns how many properties and how many places in Jamaica. Why is it so difficult for him to be able to be a licensed firearm holder? You know what I'm saying?
And it goes right back to Andrew. I mean, yeah, Andrew. What's his name? Andrew Young. I mean, Holiness.
How are
It
you on?
goes right back to Holiness.
How are you on Queen? The first Andrew Jackson or Andrew Young? How are
He said, no, he's making fun of me. He's making game. That's what he's doing. We're not studying the respect tonight.
It is shameful, man. Women in general, teaching, nursing, doctoring, you name it, they should be having some special um, privileges as far as defending themselves. It's sad.
Yeah, it's a sad thing and whole.
Yeah,
So
it is.
what's your take on this new law that Donald Trump, that 47, has went and pushed and got it passed through the Congress? I guess
It's a
alleged that
dis-
it was passed.
it's a disaster. And like
Mhm.
you said, next year, or maybe even before the end of the year, they're not gonna be having no form of power. They're making things worse for themselves.
Yeah.
And all the
One, yeah,
words,
I hope so, but I don't know.
they're gonna lose one. Yeah, they're gonna lose one.
Yeah.
it's gonna,
One vote.
in the long run, it's gonna end up in more than one. I
Yeah.
promise you.
We're hoping
People,
if they don't do what they need to do to make it to ensure they win again.
Yeah.
Hmm.
you
But
They
it
know,
don't
says
trust nothing. I'll put nothing past them.
I,
Those Republicans, I
I
put
hope
nothing past them.
some of these senior citizens really feel the way they need to feel because a lot of them voted for him and supported him.
Yeah.
So I am not too sorry for everyone.
no,
One of
but from what I was hearing, it wasn't even the seniors that voted for him. From what I was hearing, there was the white American women, young white American male, and the Hispanic males. That's who they said
the
voted for him.
Queen, you forget
Yeah,
that you when you turn 50, you consider senior citizen.
yeah. And then the 90 million who sat home twiddling their thumbs.
Well, that's what the problem was. The 90 million that stayed at home twiddling their thumb.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Because maybe even half of that would have been for Kamala.
Yep,
You know what I mean? Even if she wasn't the best candidate, but I'm quite sure she would have been better than this one here,
This
because
definitely.
at least she would still be doing some of the policies that Biden has instituted, and also Barack I put in
But
place.
news for you.
You know, so
News for you. Kamala is gonna run again, but this time around, she needs to dress differently. She needs some miniskirts.
Eh,
Yes.
no,
yeah,
you didn't. No,
yeah.
you didn't.
Yes, that's the you know what? It's so I kind of also you have to also kind of blame it on the Democrats too,
A
because
lot.
mhm.
Yes.
we they threw Biden out. We understand he was sleeping, and we understand he was a little off. I'm wondering if he could have win because with this cancer scare that he's having right now,
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
would have been a good time for Kamala to be in the seat.
You see, you brought up a good point. I was thinking that,
Mhm.
you know what? What happened was, you know, that he is getting the absolute best care as a leader of our country. So he's getting the top care. And
Mhm.
the fact that they knew before he left the office that he had it, because it's
Mhm.
progressed so long, you know, it's
Yeah,
progressed so far. He's
Yeah.
In
far.
his bone,
Yes.
yeah.
So
like
they
that.
knew. So
Like,
he should have dropped out of race at least, I mean, out of office maybe 6 months before his office was done, his time was done, and
he
let
did that.
Kamala run
He
as
did.
president, take over as president.
He gave
That's
us
what he
two
should have done.
months to prepare. Just like Don says, Joe took too long to drop out the race.
That problem,
He
yeah.
took too long because you know what? He didn't have the confidence in her either.
No, he
Mhm.
didn't.
They
You're
had
right.
to
But
pull
not only that, he
leg.
should have resigned as a president and gave her that chance 6 months to be a president, show what she could do.
Yeah,
At
Yeah.
least. Yeah.
yeah,
He could have done that because he knew. All that time, you know, he knew he had it. They knew he had it. They hid it from us.
yeah,
Yeah.
He
You
has
know, they
top
don't let
hair.
you know until it get real bad. They don't let you know what's going on until it's real bad and there's no control, no way to control it. That's
Yeah.
when they let the public knows about it.
And guess what? We don't even know what's wrong with 47 because they won't release his medical records. Something wrong with him because
Okay.
if he was fine, they would have released the medical records. They said, "Wasn't nothing. Here it is." They wouldn't release it because there's something going on with him too. But that's another topic, right?
He's sleeping now.
You see, the thing is that
Jai, you
they,
quiet too, Jai.
No,
What's
I'm
the time?
saying stuff. I guess y'all just wasn't hearing me. But
No,
I said 47 been sleeping too.
yeah,
He's
mhm.
fit.
I heard you.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's sleepy.
know he
yeah,
dropped
Sleepy.
out a long time ago, and I also agree with Michelle. He knew.
Yeah.
yeah. They know it.
He
Look, it
knew.
takes a while for it to get in your bones. So it has to be at least a year for that to be deteriorating your bones.
Hmm.
Okay, come on now.
Main,
Um,
one of the main reasons is this country do not want a woman president,
yeah.
no matter who that woman is.
Bottom line.
The only
Yes.
woman in this country that may have a chance is Michelle Obama.
And
Everybody's saying that.
and I don't think she would have had a chance. I don't think any woman at this particular time and age it would have a chance. It's a male dominated
male dominate, yeah,
you know
dominant field, yeah,
It's not. It's
male
not.
dominated
and
field.
it's
I
just
don't.
here in
I wouldn't use.
America, it's all
I
around the
wouldn't use
world.
that.
They don't respect women.
Mhm.
That's better.
I
Yes,
just have to give
that's it.
big kudos to
Mm,
to um Barbados. Oh gosh, Prime
yeah,
Minister,
Switzerland.
uh,
Mia Moore,
Mia,
Mosey,
I
Mia Moore,
have to give her
mm,
just big kudos because
yeah,
as a woman, she's standing her ground, and they took a chance. America is
mm.
not willing to take the chance, and
Mexico took a chance.
But I was just gonna say Mexico, and not just Mexico, but there are several European countries that are run by women. where
Yeah,
you have women as
in
the
Britain
president.
too, right? England at one point too.
Yeah, yeah, at one point. Tasha, remember they had Margaret Tasha.
They don't count. No, no,
Yeah.
no, no. They
No,
don't
no.
count.
But
They don't count.
I mean, we have a lot to watch. There's 11 countries now that is stop using the dollar. So I'm
Mhm.
wondering what exactly is going to come out of that as well. What exactly is going to come out of that? It is
Good
I
thing.
know
Good thing.
Russia
A lot
is
of them going into crypto,
things have
crypto, that cryptocurrency.
huh?
A lot of them going into investing into that cryptocurrency, and they're doing transferring where it's gonna be more like a bank transfer instead of the cash money. You're gonna be using transfers, like transferring money from one area to the other. So it's gonna be it's setting up more like a transfer thing where instead of you using currency cash money, you're going through the bank. Let
What
me tell you something. So I'm telling you all, the
one more
bank,
one
the
one quickly. I know I don't want you to lose your train of thought, but want to say
mhm.
blessings to the Instagram folks. We got 2 seconds. Just want to thank you all for joining us. Come on over because I'm not gonna do a next set up a whole nother live for Instagram. So we just want to say blessings to you. Thank you for joining us. Come on over to the YouTube or the Facebook or the TikToks or just listen to us the regular way through our website or tuning apps. All right. Blessings. We love you all. Love you all. Go ahead, Queen. Sorry.
Yeah. What I was saying is that some countries, some places already start doing it. They're doing money transfer through bank to bank instead of or from bank to um the business. That's how they're doing it now, and they're setting it up that way because they're pretty soon they're gonna get rid of paper money and coins. Even the other day, I was watching something where they're saying that 47 he intend to give each of these billionaire a gold bullion. So that those are the things that's gonna be using later on. It's through the banks and it's gonna be um um through transfer, money transfer. So if you want to purchase something, it's gonna be through the bank. That's why now most business they're going online and they're using cards. Pretty soon it won't be card. You'll be walking in and somebody to your eye identify you or it's funny, but it's not funny,
But see,
really.
I keep saying, and I'm going to continue to say to each and everyone, if you all go to your banks, get some money, and have some money on the spare, we have a response. If Clinton didn't get in office after winning the popular vote, tells you they don't want a woman. That's coming from Advanced
Exactly.
Repair.
Exactly.
Blessings to you.
Yep.
Yeah, so you're exactly right. You're
Hmm.
exactly right, and that's Advanced Repair on our TikTok. Yes,
Yeah.
you're totally right. And
Hmm.
he put LOL. Yeah, so it's they
And
don't want a woman.
we
They
did
don't.
touch on that a while back where we talked when we was going during the election time. If you remember, lady, we talk about Clinton and her not, being able to become president because of the racism that is against women, not just in this country but also the European countries.
Yeah,
And that's why even like Dubai, women are looked down as nothing. You know what I mean? In certain countries, you're looked down,
yes.
especially the Arab countries. We're looked down as nothing. You
Go
know
ahead,
what I mean?
go ahead, Respecter.
I think Jai is not feeling too good.
Jai, the Respecter said you're not feeling too good.
I am here.
Jai is listening in.
You're
Jai,
mighty quiet.
he says you're quiet today.
They must have worked her hard
Waiting.
today. They worked you hard today, Joy.
No, I was just waiting for you to finish your thought.
Go ahead,
Okay, go ahead, honey. I'm done.
Lord Jai.
Oh no, I was. Okay, well, I don't know. I was just gonna say, it just goes back to being prepared. Everybody kind of saw a lot of this coming, and I think, I mean, it's gonna come regardless. I think the questions that need to start being asked is like, what type of play moves are they doing? Like even the South African thing, and not to bring it up too early, but with the farm pricings going down because they're losing their immigrant workers. So as of right now, there are farms being sold. And if I'm not mistaken, a few years ago, Microsoft's owner came out with this grand idea that he wants to start getting into genetically modifying food and buying farms to grow crops. And so it's like,
Mhm.
is this all moving pieces into what's the bigger picture? We already got one piece. We know you guys are looking for farms.
Yeah.
Um, but again, just be prepared for kind of everything is how I feel. Because it's getting weird out here, even with the Medicare and Medicaid, even veterans are about to be impacted by that significantly. And it's like they basically signed their life over for the country, and this is how we're repaying them, you know?
It's crazy. It's
And you know
crazy.
what? You know what? Don says gold will be the currency.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
don't.
that's what I
I was
told
gonna
y'all.
say
That's
that too.
gold
However,
bar.
because
Yeah.
they've just created a new currency for themselves.
Hey,
Hmm.
And at this point, it's looking like it's gonna be neck and neck, if not just above the dollar. And
and
so I'm proud of them for making their stances that they have been making because they're definitely making noise, you know?
Hmm.
I don't know if you all remembered. It was maybe for whom was listening, for our listeners who's been listening for years. Um, about it may have been about 4 or 5 years. It was before the COVID situation that had taken place. My we all were on, and Mama Acid was on at that time, and we were reasoning on the same currency, and that's when crypto started to really
Yeah.
get going. And we were saying then that a lot of persons should try to purchase gold,
Hmm.
just to hold it. Take money out of your bank accounts, hold your dollars, because when system crash, there's no way you're gonna either trade gold or they're gonna
Oh,
have to go back to paper
yeah. Hmm.
whenever system crash. So with Don even putting that on there, yeah, Don, gold may become the currency, and this is why
Hmm.
the Ibrahim Toro situation is I'm hoping
Is it?
it's may become even dire because
Revolutionary in a sense.
say that again, Jai.
I said it's revolutionary in a sense.
Yeah, because they're gonna need that gold in Africa. As you're
Yeah.
saying, you said that backs up the African banking system. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, things are really getting crazy, and I'm hoping that persons really are making plans, setting up
Mhm.
themselves in more ways than one. When you all, when if these people are now trying to dismantle the whole US dollar system, if we have what's going to happen with Jamaican currency, what's going to happen with Japan currency, everyone is going for their own dollars. So Jamaican dollars is not going to be strong. I mean, American dollars is not going to be strong anymore.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I just wanted to say, do you know how much you have to be hated for people to want to take you down like this?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are hated right now where people are so tired, they're like, we're gonna figure something else out.
Yeah. And
So, Lois, Joy, you brought that up. I would say they've been tired of the United States for a long time, but we've had such a strong hold and been organized enough that no matter how much you can't stand us or hate us, you have to put up with us because we're everywhere and we have a
They-
strong hold and we're organized here. So you can't get away from us. You're going to stay under our control. But because now it's so the 47 in his administration, the people that he has is so disorganized, they're not as knowledgeable. They're only knowledgeable on how to destroy. That it's become easy now for everybody else to now that okay, this is our time. We've been planning this. Let's get out. Let's get under the United States. Because remember, he wants to close embassies and all of this. Take troops out of countries. This is
Yeah.
what America has a stronghold because we're everywhere. You know, so yeah,
And the thing that I just wanted to say about that is, as as bad as this is about to sound, what we honestly, as the people who live here, we have to honestly hope for the best because we live here. We have to want him to win at some point because we are significantly impacted. And it's like we are so hated right now. I don't even see where this is going to go. It's like you can see where it's going, but
yeah,
I'm just thinking it's if it's going to be 10 times worse than what we're thinking, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Well, I
I'm
do believe in the Bible, in the words, not the Bible, but the words, some of the words in the Bible, I do believe in. And it tells you that these are the things that will be happening in the last days. War upon war, rumors of war, all of these things happening. And it's happening, and it shows you that there is a force that was higher than man that was governing this universe and put these words in man so man can see. And whether they're trying to make these things come to pass, I don't know. But let me tell you something. When I read that Bible and what is going on now, everything that is written in that Bible is what I'm seeing manifesting. I guess maybe my eyes are more open than some people are, but my eyes are open and my ears is open, and I'm seeing and hearing things that was written in that Bible how many centuries ago. So, like I said, I don't know if they're trying to fulfill those scriptures or what the hell they're trying to do. Excuse my expression, but it's a plan, and this plan is geared to eliminate, from what I've seen, to eliminate people of color.
right. Well, it
This
says
is a world
here.
without end, Queen. The last days for people who will leave this world will not here no more. That's the last days. When you leave this world, that's your last day. The last day
Mm.
what they talk about will never be as far as the world in general.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, I throw something in, Lady D,
Go ahead and throw something in, and then
quick and
I'm
fast.
going to
There's
go
a
through
there's a
countries. Yeah.
some things that's going on the internet right here in Atlanta where they said two Ku Klux Klan when it's a black neighborhood in Atlanta dressed up from head to toe and they didn't make it out of the area.
I was gonna wonder about that. I was
Uh,
I
gonna
don't
See
wonder
that?
know.
about that.
See that? I did not see that.
I did.
yeah.
You saw it. I did not see
But
that.
it's like, be for real. Don't get me wrong. I understand that they say history repeats itself, but like, be for real. Did you really think it was gonna, no offense, but did you really think a lot of us was stuck in that time where we would not react
Yeah,
no matter the consequence? Like, did you like be serious about what time we're in, you know?
yeah,
It's a movement right now with black
yeah.
people.
And
Yeah.
social media keeps telling them the comments when you have the trolls come on there and they say racist comments, and the black people will say, "Listen, we are not our answer. We're different. We're not gonna just bow down. We're different." And
It's
keep telling
definitely
them,
gonna be worse.
we keep telling them we're worse. But I guess they wanna seek and find out.
I'm I'm
Uh,
I'm praying that all of that stop, because at this
Might
time
be the end of the world
this is
then.
Queen coming back with the end of the world.
I know, right? Yeah, let me tell you, those
No, but I
MAGAs are
mean,
maggots that are being all
you
called
see,
them.
the
Oh,
thing is, if something like that happen, listen here now, we're gonna retaliate. Black men are not gonna sit down and
That's
not
what I'm saying.
retaliate.
Why wouldn't you
Okay,
think they wouldn't retaliate?
you know, they listen. They forgot about
that's
the
gonna be
white
war.
chair brawl, the brawl that happened.
Right. Like
A
you
while.
forgot
You
about the
forgot about
white
that?
chair that fast?
Come on, you forgot about that?
So if
Right.
they didn't make it out there, what happened to them? They
they're
had
dead.
Well, they made it out.
What?
Made it out there in bags or whatever.
They did.
They made it out.
Look, they kidnapping too. They could kidnap them and tie them up somewhere.
What happened? What happened?
Oh,
I really want to. You have to send that to me because
whoa.
Mm,
I did
mm.
not see it.
Oh, wow.
See that. And
But but
I
but
didn't expect
lady,
that.
look
I,
how many black men have been through certain neighborhoods and never came out.
I
Look
don't.
in
So
history.
I
History.
don't. I don't condone violence.
I don't
Whoa.
either. But you can't do that.
Into so I'm sorry that they if it's true and it's not an allegation that they lost their lives. Sorry to hear that.
We're not, we're
You
not,
know,
we're not, we're not gonna go there. We're not supposed to be sorry.
Don says this is
Uh-oh.
our forefathers' time.
Exactly, Don. Like,
Mm.
did you really think that that was just gonna be okay?
But listen, you know what? Let me tell you, they keep saying it's not our forefathers, but you want to know something?
Yeah.
You know they erase history. And there's a lot of times that our forefathers have fought. They have
Mm-hmm.
fought, they burned down houses. They've done a lot to get their freedom and free themselves. So they hide that because they don't want us to show that we are that we have a past of that, of strength. That we have a past of fighting back, rebellious, because they want us to stay demure, you know,
Yes.
and not angry and not fight back. But we are rebellious. It is in our spirit,
Yeah.
you know.
Don't forget about,
Of
don't
course.
forget about
So
Pookie.
our ancestors did fight, that's why it's in us. It didn't go anywhere.
Michelle, your camera came off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I had did that for a moment.
Okay. All right. Cool. I wasn't sure if you know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget about Pookie and Wee Wee.
Who is
I cannot.
Pookie and Wee Wee?
Okay. You gotta let us laugh. See? When it gets too heavy. When the topic gets too heavy, you gotta throw a joke in.
I know, right?
No, I don't know if y'all know what this one is. Cause since I don't know if I'm like one of the youngest on the panel, but the white ends alone, they're not letting that go down like that. If y'all don't
Hmm.
know what that is, look it up.
The what?
Repeat that again, Jai.
Repeat
I
that.
said I don't know if you guys know this one from social media since I think I'm one of the youngest on here, but the YNs alone are not letting that slide. So come
Oh.
on now.
I
I
know
think
that.
I
Yeah,
know
I
what
know
the
what that stands
YNs
for.
are.
Hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
The youngins, the
Def-
youngins, the youngins. Is that what it is?
They not letting that
The
slide.
youngins won't let it fly, huh?
Donna
They
says,
won't let.
greetings, Donna. Donna says a lot of racially motivated crimes are illusions. Some are real, but it's mostly exaggerated.
Good night, Donna.
Good night, Donna.
Yeah,
Good
good.
night, Diane.
Yeah, it's okay. A lot of is you know
Repeat that again, lady. I'm sorry.
I would
See that?
Let me try to make sense
she
out of that.
says I wouldn't say illusional. I would say exaggerated. Some of it
Yes.
is exaggerated. Donna says a lot of racially motivated crimes are illusions. Some are real,
It's
but it's
not.
mostly
That's not
exaggerated.
true.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
you
true. That's
just repeat.
crazy.
And Donna,
Delusional.
It's not crazy.
See?
What they're saying is, what
yeah,
she's saying, you think about it. A lot of crimes that they put on the news, that's what I'm thinking. I don't know if this is what she means, like on the news,
says
that
she
they put it because when you race bait, you get more attention.
she says like Michael Griffiths and Yusef Hawkins.
Donna, good night. Go to sleep.
Don't tell Donna go to sleep.
No, but I mean, they listen. It's real though what she's saying.
Yeah,
Sometimes they report crimes that are not real, and not just that, but sometimes people do say that people hurt them when they did not. There's a lot of
You're getting tired, Queen. You're getting tired. You're getting tired, Queen. You're getting sleepy.
Watcha,
why are
You're
we
getting
getting
sleepy,
sleepy?
Queen.
watcha.
Why is it a
None of that makes
sleeping
sense.
business?
None of
What
it
do you
makes
mean?
sense.
Why it don't make
No,
sense? I understand what she's saying. She's saying their report, their crime reported that is not true. That's what I think she's saying. I think.
none of these people. It's a whole. It's from every state. Every state of black folks is saying what they're saying, and it did say that the other side is gonna try to keep it silent, bury it, because they want to make a silent attack. They're gonna act as if they don't know that it happened.
Donna, I can't answer because if I do, I'm going to cut off the respecter. This is a new telephone line, and I don't know how to do the three-way connect. The respecter, I'm praying I don't cut you off. I don't want to cut off the respecter. So if I do, Donna, I'm going to cut off. So I think that's your number calling, or is that a New York? I see a New York number calling. But the respecter, if I cut you off,
Where's the respect? It looks like you cut him off, lady. I don't see him.
the respecter, you still on?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Oh, he's gone.
I
Oh.
can't get I can't okay, I got it off. Donna, it's a new telephone system and I'm learning how to put it on. I'm learning how to join the so just give me some time. We had to change over system. Thanks, Donna. She said she hung up. Thanks. I'm changing over. We are no longer using the Skype. So that too I have to say to all of the listeners that normally calls in on Skype and who also listens on Skype. Um, we didn't
Can,
Skype is out of business, so they're no longer doing supporting telephone systems. So we had to
can
go
I say
through
this
a
quick,
new system. So go
quickly,
ahead, the respecter.
Donna? But Donna, I want
Go ahead.
Donna to remember every, as many as she can remember, for the I said for the past 7 years, maybe no 10 years. How many black folks been gunned down by police and civilians that hit the news, compared to how many white folks who were gunned down by black folks? It's like 99 to 1. Those are real situations. When we are under fire, it's on the news for the whole world to see. When something happens to white folks, they try to cover it up because they want to retaliate. They don't want us to know that they know. It's a huge difference.
I get what you're saying.
I have here. I'm just. Oh no, this was from the 15th. Okay, okay. All right. I thought I got something via text. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I kind of disagree because Donna says it's a movie. Okay.
Yes, the movie.
All right.
Michael
So
Brown, Trayvon Martin,
yeah,
all think about it.
those are.
I don't think it's a movie. And good night, Donna. I don't think it's a movie or an illusion. Some things I do agree can be exaggerated. But I'm one of those who's into even like the whole murder mystery thing. And sometimes I question even the exaggeration portion of it because I've seen how or I've learned how extreme humans can be, you know? So it's like, is it really exaggerated?
Yeah. Donna says the biggest racially motivated crimes come from black on black. She also says those persons are biracial families that made a movie. And good night, Jai. And she says, I got proof, concrete evidence. Okay. Um, it's not a movie, it's real life, Donna. And all of this, too many people is going with this AI stuff and this movie stuff and all of this thing. These are real life, and I'm quite sure that the parents of those individuals will be very upset that you would call a Trayvon Martin and those incidents as a movie. You know, I don't even know why I even went on and read that
The
statement
nine elderly
because
people in the church
those their
praying.
family, those are people family that really passed away. It's not a movie, so it's I think that's distasteful comment right there. What was you saying to Respecta?
The nine elderly people worshiping God, praying, and got gunned down by a boy.
The grocery store incident.
Oh Lord, it's so many. Look, Trayvon, look at Trey. Well, not even Trayvon. That young
What
man,
is
that
it,
12 year
Tamar
old
or
young
Tamir
man.
Rice?
Ah, Lord, it's so many. I mean, so many. It's so many.
I so I just want to go back to what Donna was saying. So only that Michael Griffiths and Yusuf Hawkins, that was how many 31 years, about 31 years ago, where
Hmm.
these young youth, black youth, walked into a white neighborhood, and about 30 of them, I beat them down, and the black youth were killed. And then
But
that
yeah,
was racially motivated, and they made
But
a
look
documentary about it.
Mhm. But look
So
at the little
they
young
made a
guy that knocked
documentary
on the door.
on HBO about it. So I don't know if that's
Look
what
at
she's talking about.
Yeah,
look at the young man that knocked on the door.
because
I
she wait a
mean,
minute, wait, because she says when you mentioned that Michelle, she said busted. Then she says yes, 31 years ago. But it's something that truly happened, and yes, they made a documentary about it, um telling about what the situation was. Donna, it wasn't a hoax. Don Minot says we make a bigger deal when whites kill black, yet blacks kill more blacks. That's
ah,
absolutely true.
I agree.
That right there is
true.
absolutely true, Don.
Yeah.
It's and that in itself is an atrocity that
Yeah.
Mm.
but
so many blacks.
there's a difference, lady.
What is the difference? It's killing.
If Don, I'm not saying it's right, but it's a difference. If Don would reply to this, black folks, the black on black crime, is is drug related, is money related, it's gang related. It's compared to the white on black, it's a racial situation, a hateful situation. None of it is right, but it's a difference.
But sometimes it's coming from a hateful place as well. Um I just encountered a video where the guy just said that a young lady was pretty, and then asked the guy essentially like, does he smoke or something like that, and he shot him. You were jealous of the fact that he thought the girl was pretty and you shot him.
That's
That's
on.
senseless. And that's not gang related. It's not. Well, granted, he talked about smoking, but it wasn't about trying to rob him or anything. That came from a place of hate.
That's the
Mhm.
difference I'm saying. With white folks killing black folks, it's mainly out of racism and hatred for black people. Black killing black people is money and drugs and transactions and that too. A compliment. Looking at
I
another
don't know
black
how to
person,
answer. I don't know how to even
and they
answer that
think
one. The respecter. Go ahead.
none of it is right.
Go
But
ahead.
the one difference is one race do it out of hatred mainly. It's a mixture of reasons why blacks kill blacks. Numerous reasons. For the white folks,
So
it's just
you don't
two
think
hatred and racism.
I
you
think the base is self-hatred.
Donna Moody said stupid. Donna Moody said. So how did David Dinkins become mayor during a racial crisis if the Italians run politics? Then she said, I guess to your statement, but the respecter, you don't feel like the Crips when you look at the Crips and the blood, that's hatred. one
Right.
group hates another group.
That's
It's
good.
not necessarily about corners, or it's hatred. However you look at it, I think I consider it to be hatred. That's a hateful act, to just kill someone, to just kill them. It's the same way with the whites, to kill someone, to just kill them for the color of their skin, or if you're killing someone based off colors.
For
Oh,
territory or whatever is the same.
hatred. It's there's I
It's self-hatred, I think, too. So I don't agree either. I think it's hate is the base of it all.
thank you, Jai. And Don says we cannot give a pass to our murderers. Okay, I
Mm.
guess that's going
Okay.
for the white guys.
Yeah,
I
that's
that
true. But
I agree.
that should
that's
go
true. But when you look at the FBI statistics, it
all
shows that most murders are interracial. So it's mostly people
I
who are the same are killing each other. So most of the white people who are murdered, they're murdered by other white people. Most of the black
but
people who are murdered, they're murdered by other black people. You know. So
I
yeah.
know that, and I agree with what y'all are saying. But the thing I'm trying to get to is with Don, and it's not the first time. Not to say that what I'm saying is all correct. Don and many black people are quicker to compare and shine light on a situation that all of us know about. And it make us look like we are defending the white folks to say, well, the white folks is yeah, but the blacks do it more. We cannot give a pass to those people because they don't care about us. What y'all are saying is true. It is hatred and all that. But we can't make it seem as if we're defending the white folks or trying to take the
That's
care
true.
of
I
the white
agree with
folks.
that. I
Put it
agree.
I agree, but I don't think that he was mentioning that to defend anybody. I think, and maybe shining the light and having a conversation as just us as a community can make a different impact instead of us being a little defensive about who we believe they may be defending. Because I personally didn't take it that way. I
Mhm.
know that the statistics that were just mentioned, but I thought the conversation was just geared towards this community.
Yeah.
It's
DJ
never
VJ
gonna stop.
Smiles. DJ VJ Smiles says, I rather black people kill black people than whites or brown people kill black people.
I rather nobody kill anybody.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, nobody should
That's
kill
the
anybody.
bottom.
Everybody
That's
should
the
respect
bottom
life,
line.
period. You
No,
know, because if
killing.
there's not
But
white, and then also remember, I had mentioned this prior that with news, it's all about what gets the most attention, who's gonna watch more. So if on the news they talk about this white person killed this white person, it's not gonna garner as much interest.
No.
Black person killed this black person. It's not gonna garner as much interest. But say a white killer, but oh, woo, what's happening? Oh, racism. Okay, we got to stand up. Oh, what's going on? It gets the interest. It get people watching it. People want to know. Everybody researching. So whatever garners more interest
Yeah.
is what they're going to publicize because people see
Gravitate
it all the
towards,
time.
yeah. That's what they gravitate towards, yeah.
Yes. If you say a white person, oh yeah, oh okay. A black person, what that happened? Oh
Yeah,
man,
but you know how it is with humans. They gravitate to negative things. Anything that is negative, they more tend to lean towards it and recognize it than they do positive things. So it's also society and the values that society place on us. You see what I'm saying? Um, and us, we're not doing any better because we are also out there judging our own, you know, and like we talked about earlier when we was talking about the different country or culture that is taking over certain places. It's the same way. We don't value people of color enough to want to do those things for them where we would stop fighting against each other, stop killing each other, you know. But from its negative, especially them black girl, they get on social media. Oh, did you hear that? Did you see that? Look at that. Hey, it's a big thing now, you know. Negative, anything that is negative, you put it on there and you get all the views you want. But put positive things on there and the views are limited. Like even our program. We have an awesome program. but yet still, you look at the nasty ones you see on there, and you look at the views and say, "My God, that's horrible." But that's what people gravitate towards.
Okay, Donna says, I was saying stupid about David Dinkins winning the mayoral seat. And then Donna also said, my neighborhood in capital letters suffered under their black administration. Don says, white people use black on black murders to counter our complaint about white murdering blacks.
Mm, look
Every
at that.
time.
Now that's a
Look
deep
at that.
statement right there.
But it's true.
Let me read it
Is
again.
it?
White people use black on black murders to counter our complaint about whites murdering blacks.
Black.
That's when the
Right.
statistic sheets roll out.
Yeah.
If you ever notice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. That's a good that's a good observation, Dan. And it's a true statement. It's definitely a true statement. When yeah. Because as we were just doing here, uh,
Hmm.
with even myself and the respecter, um, yeah, that's a good reasoning there. There's no
Lady D,
yeah,
Lady D, I
yeah.
want Dan because sit down, because I'm going to give some professor and you know it all. What the
No, but really, the 2 points that he made, they were
He's
valid
funny.
points.
He's talking
Really and truly, statement. It's not even points. The two statements that he made, they were valid statements. Really.
really, really, they're using one to counteract another, saying that, oh,
Mm,
everybody has a big thing when a white person kill a black person, but they're not looking at the amount of black on black uh,
non-black.
murders.
Mm,
So
yeah.
yeah, that's the only time there's a comparison, and to cover
but
up,
honestly though,
and in some
honestly,
way to
I'm
cover
I'm
up.
kind of with Donna. When a black person kill a black person, the black person is not really dead.
What?
Now, come off of the line, seriously.
I don't know what. You know what? I don't know.
I'm not
I don't know what to say about him tonight.
crazy.
You know what happened is because he couldn't get the link to work for him. That's why he's working overtime. Because that's what he's working overtime.
Crazy, crazy, Lord. Donna,
Mhm.
I'm not calling you crazy. I'm just saying he's crazy. Okay, okay. You on a thin line to it, Donna. But but listen,
her,
man.
her and our friend, the respecter, right?
Listen, man. The time is just going, and
That was
it's
funny.
going when we're having fun and when we're and our reasoning is on point. Just want to invite you to Kanye's Caribbean Thursdays, 8 p.m. to 12 midnight. It's free admissions at Elevations, 1180 Sigmund Road in Conyers. Also, it's called Business Card Mondays at the Bomb, 2912 Evans Mill Road in Lithonia, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. It's free admissions. Bring your business card to the DJ booth. And, there's a lot of things going on for this weekend. It's Carnival, it's Memorial Weekend. I'm just hoping that persons don't forget the reason. Like every season, I always got to say that when there's a holiday, or don't forget the reason for the day, memorializing, persons. Just like I memorialize my mom. Yeah, but
Yeah.
memorial. Um, so let's not forget the reason for the season.
Remembrance, yeah, of
Um,
certain people,
um, we're commemorating and giving honor to
yeah.
the U.S. military, and to we memorialize our loved ones. A lot of us do, and
Mm.
so that's what we do, right? Yeah, that's what we do. We memorialize
Maybe.
veterans. Yeah, go ahead.
I know we don't have enough time, but maybe we can continue next week. But I have a good topic.
Go ahead with who? Lisa Hannah.
No, we didn't even. I didn't. I wasn't even looking that way. I was looking at this one. It says why men have sex for pleasure pressure or pressure. And when it's pressure, listen to the pressure. Listen to the pressure.
What's the pressure?
That's the pressure.
I didn't hear you. I didn't
You
hear
didn't
it.
hear it.
No, sir.
Listen to the pressure. Listen.
Oh, slapping.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
There's
Did
no.
y'all get that tape? Did you get that tape I sent you?
Hey,
Oh my goodness.
we that's a serious topic right there, Queen.
That's a serious topic. I'm telling you. So
I
they're
don't
saying us women can tell when it's pressure or when it's pleasure.
know. I don't know if our audience is ready for that, Queenie. I don't know if the audience is, but
Look,
we're gonna think
we
about.
have to talk about these things. We have young people coming up. We need to let them know.
That's why it's called Recent Thursdays. There's no topic.
Yeah.
To bring to your attention here in Atlanta. There's a restaurant up in Lawrenceville, a Chinese restaurant that is being questioned
Yes. Woo!
because there was one of their workers were chopping up meat on the floor in the
In the back of the restaurant.
establishment.
Yeah.
So I kind of stopped eating out, to be truthful, because I
Yes.
just feel like my food is better than. I'm a cooker, so I just feel like my food is better than those out there. So
Yes, definitely.
cook. I'm finding myself just always wanting to cook because when I go to even a lot of these Caribbean restaurants, their food is not too nice either. So
Mm.
if you all
And
can
you
cook
save money.
and you spend, that's that. It burned me, Simon.
$30 for a little fish.
Yeah, and then
And
the
it
food
tastes nasty. You can't eat it.
it makes
Mm.
you upset. So if you all can cook, just cook at your yard. It takes sometimes it takes no time. Worse if you prep your stuff from the night before, like the restaurants do. Just go on. I understand when you have to, you have to. But we don't understand what is going on in a lot of these establishments. Um,
Yes.
you know, they may drop even a salad and pick it up and throw it back in the salad.
Food being recalled.
Yeah,
Right
Yes.
now, there's
Or
a salad being a fresh salad that is being recalled.
yeah.
So
that's
much.
true, like the romaine lettuce, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Or even that restaurant too, and we were
Mm.
talking about in Georgia, they also not even if they say, oh, then they said that the one of the workers said, oh, he was chopping up that food for himself. But even
How do
they
they?
Yeah.
also when the restaurant next door to them is throwing out food that's
Yeah,
expired, they go and take it and bring it into their restaurant.
they're picking it up.
I'm
Okay,
gonna give you all a real story, cooking fast.
real. Go
Why
ahead.
I don't mess with mayonnaise. In
Uh-oh.
1990, 1990 in Miami, I got a job at a line cook in on Miami Beach. A white man was a cook, and I was his trainee. And the second day, the man told me, he said, Blake, when the customer comes in and they don't like their order and they send it back to the kitchen, what I do is I'm gonna say you have to figure it out. I guess it's an okay word to use. Ejaculate in the food and
Hey,
mix it up and send it back to him. Ever since that day, I said, never, ever. I quit the next day. Something hit me and say you shouldn't have quit like that. You should let somebody.
you should have reported to the food what you call it. Lord of
Yes.
mercy.
Oh my gosh.
Mm, mm,
So
mm.
Mayonnaise.
That is reprehensible. Oh,
I say to people,
despicable.
I say to people that when you, especially these drive-throughs, you go there and you're arguing with the people, what do
Mm.
you think they're
Don't
gonna
do
do
it.
with your food? Why you
Yeah,
arguing?
we learned. Every pity night, we learn not to
No,
argue with
you don't do that. You don't do that. Um,
them.
Also, there's one more that we were supposed to touch and we didn't get. I'm just gonna play the clip. I think it's like a 2 minute clip. It should go for the night, and it's about the new IDs that are out, and they're
Mhm.
encouraging persons not to change over to the new IDs. We have to visit it a little bit more maybe next week. But listen it. So there are about 110 million Americans who have not chosen to do the real ID, and all 110 of them and everybody else should choose never to do the real ID. If you already have one, if you've got a gold star on, go and get a standardized driver's license. If you're afraid of flying, go get your passport. But do not take the real ID, because the whole idea here, the state of Pennsylvania asked Trump to shut down this program. Yep. They call it a usurpation of states' rights. Yep. The federal government has taken over driving and identification over the entire country. And they're going to take all of your primary identification documents and keep them for themselves. You're going to have to give them your social security number, your birth certificate, and your marriage certificate, and they will hold them. They've never had them before. You are essentially recertifying yourself as an American, and then they want to put this and digitize it, put it on your phone, and be able to shut down your access anytime you do something they don't like. This is not a simple ID card, and this is probably going to move into the global UN identification system that the UN wants to create for the entire world. Now, this is an opportunity to shut this down. All right, that was one
That's
of the
crazy.
clips, and you know that they're pushing it now. It became where we had to do it by the first of
May.
we had to change over to those IDs. So
Yeah.
that's something that you all can research, and maybe next week we'll touch it a little bit more on that one. Another one was this one right here. I'm just gonna go through it. Um, uh, okay, no, that's not the one. There was just one more. Want to say big ups to the Haitians. They're out there. They've been doing some protesting and demanding their money from France. So I want to say
Mhm.
shouts go out to them as well. Man, I'm telling you, we got to get up on out of the air chair. There's so many things that we still have left to reason on. All right,
Yeah.
Queen, we're gonna think about your topic
We-
that you sent to us. Why men
Yeah.
sex for pressure and pleasure as
Yes.
a woman.
Yes. It's very.
All right.
Look at the video, please. It's very interesting.
And then the real reason that they want next week we could discuss this. The real reason that they want Ibrahim Torre out of the picture. So
Yes.
we need to touch that as well next week.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just thanking once again each and every one for joining us right here for Reason and Thursdays. That's each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Let me read these last few comments here. That's here. Let me see. Let me start from the top. Um, Donna says, was smiling. Then she says, I'm just telling the truth. Rasta been telling the work about illusion. Okay. Then Donna goes, the world. And she goes, they have someone outside as me when I'm in. Okay, Donna, I'm not going there with you. People is too crazy about money, and that's the problem. And then she says, that's true. The special is ejaculation. Okay. Then she Don Minot says, I can't eat out because I don't eat meat or white rice. My oil is olive oil. That's me exactly too, Don. My oil is olive oil. Not eating the meat. Well, I do dabble here and there with the chicken. And Donna says, and then the customer would say that's the best food they ever tasted. You understand? Yeah.
It's true.
Food. It takes the nasty food to be the best food that they ever tasted. Man, you choose radio. Blessings to you. I know you may have logged off already. Blessings upon blessings to you. Victorious, I know you ride all the way with us. So we say big shouts to you, Victorious 89.1 FM. I want to say for this holiday weekend, I know Atlanta's gonna be off the heezies. Orlando's gonna be off the heezies, as the young folks says. Um, it's
I
carnival.
heard Freaknik is coming.
It's Carnival. We talk about Carnival this weekend. Carnival in Orlando, Carnival here in Atlanta. Just be
Yeah.
safe, people. Be aware of your surroundings. Have fun. Let's just have fun. Forget about the hot head and the arguments and all of those things. Let's just have fun this
Uh,
week and all the cookouts and all of those stuff. Alrighty. So blessings. We love you all. Thank you for supporting us. If you have a topic that you want us to discuss, send it to DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. That's DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com for any topic. No topic is off limit. My mom always says, not what you say is how you say it. It's not what you discuss, is how you discuss it. So come on and send your topics on over to us at DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. Like Queen want to talk about this business here. Yeah. So we gotta discuss tactfully. We have to discuss it. Want to say big shout to you, Donna, Don Minot. Big shouts to you, Sharon, Cool G, Blossom, Sister Julie, Driveway. Big ups to you, Fire Mariah. Big ups to you. For each and every one that commenting. Andrea, that was on our Instagram, made a comment. Want to say big ups to you. Thank you for your comment. Like, and share. Tell a friend and a friend and a family member that we talk serious good things over here. So yeah. So invite them. Tell them come on board. Jai, you want to say River Dolce?
Have a good night, everyone.
All right, Queen.
Good night, everyone. See you next week. Same time, same place. Love you guys. Arrivederci.
All right. Michelle.
Good night, everyone. Same time, same place next week. Thank you for joining us.
Darespecta.
I want to give a big shout out to my daughter who graduated with honors.
Whoa, rah, rah.
Congratulations.
Yay!
She's moving on forward to a college of her choice.
All right.
Full scholarship. Full.
Wonderful.
Scholarship.
Awesome. That's excellent.
Wonderful.
Congratulations.
Blessings.
We always love positive good news.
Positive good news. And
Mhm.
let's shout out to
We
all.
have quite a bit of them graduating too. Congratulations to all of you guys.
Yeah, big shouts to each and everyone that's graduating. My
Yes.
niece Lexi, Sine and Sinai. Just big shouts to each and every one that's graduating. Loving it to the max. We'll check you all on out next week, same time, same place, same stations. And also be sure to join me, the Lady D Show, each and every Saturdays, 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. And I'm going live as well on TikTok, 12 to 4 Saturday. So spread the word, tell a friend and a friend and a family member. You don't want to miss the Lady D Show. Trust me, if you love reasoning Thursday, yeah, you go. What's I love the Lady D Show. Loving it to the maximum. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings. The Lady D Show have the news, the views, the interviews, the best in the music, joke of the day. What you know about it? Did you know? You see what I say? All right. Blessings later. Love now.
This is Gargamel for the girls, them. What do you want? You know me. Gargamel